Hey folks, it's me Roger, back from another angle. Glare of my laptop in my glasses is really awful, isn't it? I may not upload this video, it's late, drinking too much for Tuesday night. My wife's still out of town, so I'm making another video. I can't remember who commented on my last video. It said, oh, some guys, their wife was out of town and they are like watching porn and snorting coke off their gatefold albums and stuff. That made me laugh out loud, seriously. Yeah, I'm upstairs. Thanks for all the comments on my last video. Really, I've been really feeling the itch to dig these days. I just feel like there are records out there waiting for me, and I need to be there, or else I'm gonna miss out. Is that insane or what? So I'm gonna show some stuff. I went to this place in East Nashville called The Groove, which is a really cool record store, but it's way over on the other side of town from where I live. I mean, it's like a 45-minute drive from here. So I hadn't been in a long time, months, and I just had that feeling that like, oh, there was going to be something cool that I needed to have. Yeah. The Groove. You ever come to Nashville, you gotta. It's a place to check out. Worth the trip. In the background, speaking of my last video, I showed this in my last video. This is Free Parking Jazz Composers Ensemble, Disguised, The Limit. I got this for like $2 or $3. Yeah, this guy Tom Gastineau, and I thought he sounded familiar. He's done a lot of like session work in LA and stuff. He's still around. Dark Dub commented like, "Oh, that was a mega score." I was like, "Really?" And Greg Mattingly, Last Crate on the Left. Is that what your Google Plus name is? Said he saw a sealed copy for $10 and like, should he get it? And who would know would be, Chris Cole, John Coltrane 68. This is a really nice record, and like I said, given the date, 84, there's some digital synthesizer going on here, but it's it's well done. I went on Discogs. There's only one for sale in Switzerland for $30. So what do I know? Like I said in my last video, the VC has sensitized me to stuff like this. I see stuff like this, and I look at it, and I guess for a few bucks, this was a mega score. I don't know, something to look out for. It's nice. It's playing in the background. Seems obscure enough that I won't get busted. My last video, I apologize for the ads, but at least they let it play. I'm just here talking about music and how much I love it. Why should that be a problem for anybody, right? I don't know if I'm going to upload this video. We'll see. So yeah, the Groove in East Nashville. I picked up a few things on Mondays and Wednesdays. They have all the used stuff is 15% off, so that's why I tried to get there on Monday. And I found a few things. Here's Best of Straubs by the Straubs, white label promo on A&M. Didn't even realize these guys were on A&M, so I guess their US pressing should be pretty easy to find. Yeah, the Straubs figure very prominently in that Electric Eden book about UK folk, and this is great. God, Keith Emerson plays on a lot of this, or the early stuff before Emerson, Lake and Palmer, and it's, yeah, I guess it's folk, but it's proggy electronic analog synthesizers, and yeah, really excellent. I don't usually go for best ofs, but 2 LPs, white label promo, yeah, $5, something like that, with 15% off. Also picked this up, Gentle Giant's Interview. It's a Capitol reissue, which it says all over the place, a Capitol reissue. Different cover art, but super clean and great. I love Gentle Giant. I don't see their records around very much. And yeah, I was going through my collection. I'm gonna sell some stuff. I'm gonna give away some stuff, and I'm gonna sell some stuff. But I was going through my collection and realizing that even though I was, sorry about the glare, growing up in my 20s and the 80s, I sold a lot of the records I bought in the 80s. I kept a lot of like the punk stuff that I love so much, but a lot of the pop stuff I got rid of. And anyway, I need to fill in some things. So here's the Waterboys. This is The Sea on Island from 1985. You can't really see it, but there's a really nice spot varnish on the cover and stuff. And yeah, the Waterboys. Rob Ilovac was really into the Waterboys. There's some great songs on this. The Hole of the Moon is the classic song on this. Yeah, some kind of dated production, but yeah, anyway, that was cool. So yeah, that was my trip to the Groove. There were a lot of really weird, obscure things that I thought about picking up, and maybe I should have, but I'll go back. And then today I decided to take a big stack of CDs I didn't want to this place called McKay's Books, mostly a bookstore, big warehouse kind of place. And kind of the only place in town where you can take CDs and get anything for them, because they've got zillions of CDs, and it's a great place to dig for CDs. And I found some CDs, including this, which I've been looking for since it came out in 1998. Have a Nice Decade, the 70s pop culture box on Rhino. 7 CDs. It's missing a ton of stuff, for licensing reasons more than anything else probably, but soundtrack of my childhood. I was 5 years old in 1969, August 69, when the moon landing happened, and I totally remember going to my godparents' house in Houston and watching the moon landing, and moved to Connecticut in 71, so I was like 6, 7. So the 70s, radio was really dominant back then, and this just has so much great stuff on it. I've had a burn of this. I checked it out at the library and burned it. But I'm really happy to have this with the book and everything. Yeah, disc 1 is in the CD player, but we're not listening to it. Yeah, Have a Nice Decade. The first pressing had like shag carpeting, which these days looks kind of nasty. I don't know. So yeah, I traded in a bunch of CDs, and so like all the rest of the stuff on the show was basically free. Here's another really cool CD. Tim Buckley's first record on Rhino, Handmade. This is still sealed. Yeah, I haven't opened this up and checked it out. Rhino Handmade, it was like mail order only stuff. It's got a little cross out. I don't know. Tim Buckley, I am so into that. And so this has his first record in mono and stereo, and like a bunch of demos, including his original band demos and then some acoustic demos. And this had been sitting there for a while, and I kind of that was kind of my plan to like sell some shit and get this, because, you know, yeah, I can't wait to check this out. And this All Day Thumbsucker Revisited. This is Blue Thumb comp from 2005. I always think of Dave Sequoia Flame when I see Blue Thumb. Blue Thumb. This is super common. I think their price is like $4, 2 CD set. Some great tracks on here. You know, again, including some stuff that I'm not going to seek out, but cool to have on CD. Yeah. For free. Yeah, I'm pretty excited about that. I found some vinyl there. I don't often find vinyl at McKay. You know, it depends on the day. There are tons of people bringing in all kinds of shit. They sell electronics, you name it. You know, it's kind of a cool place. You have to have some time to dig. So yeah, I have a few more CDs to show. I'll also show some vinyl I found. This is a little beat up, and it could suck. I haven't listened to any of this stuff. Jordan De La Sierra, Valentine 11. This is on Global Pacific from 1988, basically CBS. So yeah, Jordan De La Sierra, I know from that Numero Group reissue of Gymnospheres, that beautiful piano piece. So this is obviously a lot later, and a little beat. Who knows? There's like singing on it. This could be horrible. Who knows? But you know, knowing that name, it was like $1.50 or something like that. I figured, what the hell? And really, cost nothing. Well, some interesting stuff here, like Japanese pressing of Harper's Bazaar, Feeling Groovy. Now, you know who I thought of when I saw this? Digging through these cardboard boxes of crap, mostly. I thought of Zeke the Vinyl Geek. You know, this is 68, I guess. Psych pop in the UK, but a Japanese pressing, which looks and smells to be, you know, vintage. And so we have an inner sheet with like the lyrics in. Well, the titles are in Japanese, but this was what was really interesting. It's this inner sleeve. This upper flap, and check it out. It's on like colored vinyl. Warner Brothers. They're like kind of a blood red, translucent. They priced it cheap, you know, so I don't know that it's worth anything, you know, but I don't know. I couldn't leave it there. Yeah, what's some other interesting stuff I found? Yeah, a couple of jazz things. You know, like I said, often I don't find anything at all on vinyl there, but picked up this Ray Anderson record. Harrisburg Half-Life on Moors, great German label. Great lineup there with Alan, I don't recognize him, Alan Jaffe on guitar. Ray Anderson plays trombone and little instruments. And then Mark Dresser and Jerry Hemingway, great rhythm section, went on to play with Braxton, and a really great quartet. So yeah, it appears to be in beautiful condition. So yeah, sure. And a Max Roach record. Sorry, I'm discombobulated. I'm in a different place here. Yeah, Chattahoochee Red, Columbia from 1981. Yeah, nice shape. Nice band with Calvin Hill, Cecil Bridgewater, Odeon Pope, and Walter Bishop Jr. You know, Max Roach records, you know, from the 1670s are really desirable. So, and just incredible drummer. So how could I go wrong with that, right? What else we got here? Oh yeah, speaking of 80s music, it's a pretty common record. Let's Active Cypress, Mitch Easter's band, 1984 on IRS. I used to have this. In fact, I saw Let's Active around 84, 85 in Boston. You know, great pop, you know, sort of kudzu pop. I don't know. And the DBs, The Sound of Music. Yeah, great pop rock music from the 80s, you know. Really seemed like, you know, since I like grew up in the 80s, seemed like there's sort of two paths you could go in terms of like pop music, you know. There was Prince and REM, you know. I'm just talking out of my ass. Here's a cool record I found there, still in the shrink wrap. This is Michael Brook Hybrid with Brian Eno and Daniel Lanois. Don't know anything about it, haven't listened to it. 1985 on Editions EG. Yeah, cool. Yeah, not sure what this is, but Paul Spear, Collection 983, Spectral Voyages. Yeah, you know this is going to be cool. Yeah, I'm going to show a couple CDs. Helden, Standby on Cuneiform, originally from 1979. This CD came out in 1993. Would I like it on vinyl? Yes, of course I would. Some sealed ECMs. This is a great place to find ECM stuff, often sealed. And if it looks interesting, I pick it up. So here's Dino Saluzzi. Plays bandoneon, which is like an accordion kind of thing, with Anja Lechner playing cello and Felix Saluzzi, brother maybe, on tenor saxophone and clarinet. Navidad de los Andes from 2011 on ECM. For free, how can you go wrong? Here's ECM New Series. Works by Takamitsu, Paul Hindemith, Janacek, and Silvestrov for violin and piano. Yeah, made in Germany. I don't think this ever came out in the U.S. Also from 2011. I'm not sure where these sealed ECMs come from there. So I don't know. I found a couple Stephen Halpern CDs. In fact, I found a whole bunch of them. I need to do a non-vinyl update. Sorry to mix up the vinyl and digital here in my video here, but I'm so excited about my latest digs. Anyway, so Stephen Halpern and Paul McCandless, Perfect Alignment. Paul McCandless, of course, horn player, oboe and English horn player from Oregon. It's got a promo sticker on it. It means absolutely nothing when it comes to CDs, but yeah, I haven't listened to this, but I bet it's great. And Gifts of the Angels, which is kind of a comp, I guess. He like redid some things for this. This is from 2005. Remember when Angels were like a big thing? Like, I don't know. I can't blame him for capitalizing on it, and I'm sure it's lovely. I often like to start my day with this kind of stuff. Sometimes it's otherwise too hard to face. You know what I mean? Here's another thing I found in the New Age section, which is not New Age at all. Kind of what I like about digging around there. This is, what is this? Early Modulations, Vintage Volts. on a label I've never heard of before. Kaiperana Music. Anyway, it's a compilation of like mostly music concrete stuff, early electronic music by Otto Luning and Uzacheski and Pierre Schaeffer and Xenakis and John Cage. And I mean, really, this belonged in classical music. Not that anyone would have bought it there either, I guess. And it was priced at like $1. Yeah, I haven't checked this out, but yeah, Silver Apples of the Moon by Spotnik. It's the Virgo version of it. Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of shit I find there all the time. All right, a couple more LPs to show, and then I'm gonna sign off. Yeah, a couple things. This I had no idea. I don't know. It was like 75 cents. Seriously, Wally Badarou. Do you have a title? Echoes. On Island from 1984. Notice that Rebop, Kwakuba, Rebop, the guy plays bass on this. He played with Can. No, wait. Congas. He played with Can, I think, right? I don't know. 75 cents. Cool cover. They called it New Age. I'll check it out for sure. And this, I have another Spencer Brewer record, but this is sealed. Has a price tag, $2. Shadow Dancer on Willow Rose Records. I think the other record I have is like solo piano. Here he's got a band happening, I guess. He's playing some synth and stuff. Norton Buffalo plays harmonica on it. Yeah, like new agey folk stuff. Yeah, for $2 or free. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's it. I just want to keep digging, but I can't. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. Really, I appreciate your comments, and yeah, VC rules. Take care.